Good evening to my fellow classmates and my favorite lecturer. I am FAUZAN YUSUF bin FAIZAL from class AC2204I, standing in front of the camera just to tell you guys about our assignment. So, what is the assignment? We're going to present about the mining activity that occur in Malaysia and also outside. So, before we start, I would like to invite one of my teammates.
My name is KAMIL IZZUDDIN bin KAMARUL BAHRAIN.
Mr. KAMIL IZZUDDIN, what is the company that we choose about mining?
Our company is Gem Diamond, which is a British base. Hello. Today I want to tell you about the FAR560 and the background of the Gem Diamond. So, according to FAR560, exploration for an evaluation of mineral resources. Exploration for an evaluation of mineral resources means the search for mineral resources, including minerals, oil, natural gas, and similar non-regenerative resources after the entity has obtained bigger rights to explore in a specific area, as well as the determination of the technical feasibility and commercial viability of extracting the mineral resources. So, Gem Diamond is a British-based global diamond mining business. It is headquartered in London and is listed on the London Stock Exchange. In 2017, the company generated a profit of $20.8 million. The business was founded by Clifford Elfield in July 2005. The company acquired Letson Diamond Mine in 2006 and has since found 5 of the 20 largest known white gem quality diamonds, elevating the mine to the highest dollar per carat kimberlite diamond operation in the world. The company was first listed on the London Stock Exchange in 2007. In 2007, the company began diamond prospecting on traditional bushman land in Botswana. Survivor International alleged that the company had not carried out sufficient consultation with the bushmen, many of whom they have been forced from their home. Construction of the first phase of a mine, Gago, located 45 km within the eastern border of the Central Kalahari Game Reserve, began in 2011. It is a controversial matter as the government of Botswana has allowed for mining exploration and construction within a game reserve originally intended for the bushmen and the wildlife they subsist on. Why? One cannot directly prove the government's intention. A year before this exploration began, the government started the forced removal of the bushmen from their lands. So, next we will go into the recognition criteria. For a recognition criteria, the asset of the property, plant, equipment of Gem Diamond, the stripping activity asset is separately disclosed in Note 8, Property, Plant and Equipment. If all the criteria are not met, the production stripping costs are charged to the income statement as operating costs. Then, for investment property, it is initially recognized using the cost model. Subsequent recognition is at the cost less accumulated depreciation and less any accumulated impairment loss. Rental income from investment property is recognized on a straight line basis over the term of the lease. Initial direct costs incurred in negotiating and arranging the lease are capitalized to investment property and depreciate over the lease term. Next is the recognition for a goodwill. It is initially measured at the cost, being the excess of the aggregate of the acquisition debt fair value of the consideration transferred and the amount recognized for the non-controlling interest. And when the business combination is achieved in stage, the acquisition debt fair value of the acquirer's previously held equity interest in the acquirer over the net identifiable amount of the asset acquired and the liabilities assumed in exchange for the business combination. Asset acquired and liabilities assumed in transaction separate to the business combination, such as the settlement of pre-existing relationship or post-acquisition remuneration arrangement, are accounted for separately from the business combination in accordance with their nature and applicable IFRS. Identifiable intangible asset, meeting either the contractual, legal or separability criterion, are recognized separately from the goodwill. Contingent liabilities are representing as a present obligation and are recognized if the acquisition debt fair value can be measured reliably. If the aggregate of the acquisition the fair value of the consideration transferred and the amount recognized for the non-controlling interest, and when and where the business combination is achieved in stage, the acquisition the fair value of the acquirer's previously held equity interest in the acquired is lower than the fair value of the asset, liabilities and contingent liabilities, and the fair value of any pre-existing interest held in the business acquired, the difference is recognized in profit or loss.
For the measurement part, first, at the date of the recognition, exploration and evaluation asset shall be measured at cost. So, gem diamond is known to measure their cost at the cost value. So, an entity shall determine an accounting policy which specify expenditure and recognize exploration and valuation and apply it constantly. For the gem diamond, the most suitable one is a geographical. Second, expenditures that related to the development of the mineral resources shall not be recognized as exploration and evaluation assets. The Framework 1 and MFRS 138 of the intangible assets provide guidance on the reckoning assets arising from this development. So, if we relate to the gem diamonds, they are not developing the mineral asset, but they are get the mineral asset from the geographical methods. After recognition, the entity shall apply either the cost model or the revaluation model for the exploration and evaluation asset. If the revaluation model is applied, plan and equipment of the model in MFRS 138 shall be consistent with the classification of the asset. If there has changes in accounting policy, an entity may change its accounting policies for exploration and evaluation expenditure if the change make the financial statement more relevant, which brings mean that the revenue will be increased instead of going down, and it become more reliable and no relevant cost that has been included. If there was an impairment, fact and circumstances suggest that the carrying amount of an exploration and evaluation asset may exceed its recoverable amount. When facts and circumstances suggest that the carrying amount exceeds the recoverable amount, entities shall measure, present and disclose any resulting impairment loss in accordance with MFRS 136. With this case, gem diamond also incur some of impairment loss. We're going to see it in the statement later. For presentation, or known as reclassification, an exploration and evaluation asset shall no longer be classified as such when the technical feasibility, which mean that the company doesn't have any technical capability to extract the item they need. Exploration and evaluation asset shall be made access for impairment and any impairment loss recognized before reclassification. And for the disclosure, an entity shall disclose information that identifies and explains the amount recognized in the financial statements arising from the exploration for and evaluation for mineral resources. So, based on the annual reporting for the year 2017 of the gem diamond, if you can see in the consolidated income statement, the profit at the 2016 is 189,815, and the profit in 2017 shown there is an increase between the value because the profit in the year is 214,269. And for the income tax expenses, we can see that the income tax expenses value has been reduced in the year 2017, whereby in the year 2016 the value is 19,966, and the value in the year 2017 is 375. And now we will proceed to the consolidated statement of financial position. In the year 2016, the value of the total asset excluded current asset is 271,859. And for the year 2017, they are an increasing amounting 50,000 plus, in the total value of 320,986. And for 2017 also, there is an increase in total equity, whereby in the year 2016 the total equity is 203,827, while in the 2017 is 244,156. And for the liability, there is an increasing in the liability. So for the 2016, the total liability is 140,923, and for the year 2017, the total is 168,473. For the impairment of asset based on the income statement, there is no impairment for the 2017.
ZULHILMI SYAUQI bin ZULKEFLI, and this is my partner.
And I am Muhammad SYAZIQ bin AZHAR, and we're going to present for a company which is located in Malaysia, which is Borneo Oil Company.
Okay, enough with Gem Diamond. Let's move on to a local company, which is Borneo Oil BAHRAIN. So, in FAR560 Exploration for and Evaluation of Mineral Resources, the objective of this MFRS is to specify the financial reporting for exploration and evaluation of mineral resources. And it is to improve the existing accounting policies for exploration and evaluation expenditures being recorded. In Borneo Oil BAHRAIN, it is an investment holding company which engage in fast food operations and franchising, property, oil and gas, and energy related business operations. The company was founded in 1979 and it is headquartered in Kuching, Malaysia. The company's main activity, which is related to MFRS 6, is the limestone quarrying activities and also the gold mining activities, which the company started years ago. Next, moving on to the recognition for the exploration and evaluation of mineral resources. As you can see in the accounting policies, the development expenditures are recognized as intangible assets if it is probable that the future economic benefits that are attributable to such assets will flow to the group and the cost of such asset can be measured reliably. While the costs recognized with internally generated development expenditure arising from research activities are recognized in profit or loss in the period which the expenditure is incurred. An internally generated intangible asset arising from development activities are recognized only when the following conditions are being demonstrated. First, the technical feasibility of completing the intangible asset that will be available for use or sale in the market. Next, the second point is that the company must have the intention to complete the intangible asset and thereafter use it or to sell it to other company. The third one, the company must also have the ability to either use or sell the intangible asset when it is being completed. Next is how the intangible asset will generate probable future economic benefits for the company that will use the intangible asset. Next is the availability of an adequate technical, financial and other resources to complete the development itself. Last but not least, there must be ability to measure the cost and expenditure reliably, which is directly attributable to the intangible asset during the development phase.
Alright, for the Borneo Oil measurement, so for the development expenditure, it will be recognized as profit or loss as when it is incurred during the year. And the development expenditure which capitalized are amortized from the point that it is the asset which are ready for use or sale on a straight line basis over the estimated useful life, as usual as also the depreciation. For the development expenditure, they are assessed for impairment annually or wherever there is an indication that the intangible asset may be impaired. Where development plan is commercially viable and approved by the relevant authorities, the related exploration and evaluation costs are transferred to project in progress in property, plant and equipment, which is PPE. Upon the commencement of production, the exploration and development expenditure are initially capitalized and transferred to project in progress in property, plant and equipment and are amortized using the unit production method over the life of the area according to the rate of depletion of the proof developed areas. An entity shall classify the exploration and evaluation assets as tangible or intangible according to the nature of the assets acquired and apply the classification consistently. This is the requirement in the MFRS 6. So, however, using a tangible asset to develop an intangible asset, this does not change that the intangible asset will turn into intangible asset. So Borneo Oil classify the development and exploration expenditure as non-current asset. Development expenditure represent the costs directly attributable to gold mining projects, biomass project on the group leasehold land. So exploration expenditure consists of concession right to explore a licensed area, the costs incurred such as geological and geophysical surveys, drilling and other direct attributable costs of exploration and appraisal, including technical and administrative costs. Borneo Oil disclose all the information that identifies and explain the amount recognized in its financial statement, in the statement of financial and position, and also notes the account. This is the requirement for the presentation and disclosure in the MFRS 6. So the company also treat exploration and valuation asset as a separate class of assets.
Thank you for watching our video.
Bye.